SI joint. If you know it's out or if it's jammed, there's a few self-adjustment exercises that I'll give you to put it back. If you're not sure if it's out, there's a test you can do. So you want to be on a flat surface, so you can come to lay on a hard floor without your mat. So with your knees together and your feet about hip distance apart, lengthen your tailbone until your lower back presses into the floor. And then slowly bring your legs about 6 to 8 inches to the right, and then back to center. And then 6 to 8 inches to the left, back to center. And if you feel that one side is more prominent than the other, it might mean that that side is out. So the first SI adjustment exercise, you lift your feet off the floor and you thread your right arm, say that the right leg or the right hip is the one that's out. You place the right hand on top of your left knee and place your left hand on top of your right hand. Your right leg is going to push into your right arm and your left knee is going to hug into your chest. So you're doing this action with your legs. So you're just going to hold steady for a few breaths as you push your right thigh into your hand and draw your left knee into your chest. And try to maintain a natural curve of your lower back by lifting the small of your back slightly off the floor. And if you're not sure that your SI is out, you can always do both sides. So you can bring your left arm underneath and right hand on top of your left hand. And you push your left thigh into your left arm, and then you hug your right knee into your chest, into your right hand. And your right hand is just keeping the traction. And then maintaining the neutral curve in your lumbar spine by reaching your sitting bone slightly towards the floor so that the lower back is slightly lifted. The second one, you come to lay on your belly, like you're going to do Cobra Pose. So turn your legs in so the feet are parallel and hip distance apart, with the tops of the knees and the tops of the thighs facing the floor. And you lift one foot up so that the foot is directly over the knee. Then press the knee down and drag it forward till the hip lifts slightly off the floor and the thigh leads back. Then draw the buttocks flush down as you press your hands down and back and lift up into a cobra. Pull your hands back towards your hips to reach your lower back and your low belly forward as you reach your right knee back and down. And then lower. Bend your left knee, press your left knee down, lift your left hip up. Keep your hips parallel though. And then scoop your tailbone, press your hands down, pull your hands back. Reach back from your pelvis out through your legs as you lift up and forward with your spine. And then release back. So the last one, bring your left knee into your chest and extend your right leg forward. So your left knee is at about a 45-degree angle with your torso. And your right leg is about 3 inches over the floor, hovering above the floor. And then you just bounce that leg slightly. And that action can slide your SI back into place. And sometimes it takes a few times of doing these exercises to get your SI joint. It can move slowly, bit by bit. And then to deepen this, you can also bring your knee into your chest a little bit more. Turn your right leg out, externally rotate it, and then swing it out to the side. And then allow your pelvis to tip to that side. And then that can also adjust the SI joint. Other side, bring your right knee into your chest about 45 degrees in. Extend your left leg straight and make sure your left leg is firm. So spread your toes, tone the muscles of your left leg. Then bounce your left leg up and down a few times. And the weight of your leg and the quadricep tilting your pelvis will slide your SI back. And then you can turn the leg out so the toes point out to the side. Then swing your leg out to the left about a foot or 2 feet out. And then lean over to your left hip. And bring the weight into the left side of your pelvis. And just do that same test of swinging your knees from side to side and seeing if the sides of your pelvis feel more even. Another way to test and see if your SI might be out is to feel the bony hip points. And if one is higher than the other when you're standing, that might be an indication. And the cause of that might be a flattened arch in one of your feet. So working to strengthen your arches, and you can refer to my Healthy Feet video for that. and that will help level up and align the pelvis. So if you have an SI joint that's very unstable, what you can do is take a block between your upper and inner thighs, then squeeze the block to engage your adductors. Use your adductors to internally rotate the legs and move the tops of your thighs back. And keep the block back. Don't let the block come forward. So you want to maintain the internal rotation and the thighs rooted back as you lengthen your tailbone and ground through your legs and stretch up through your arms. And even creating that optimal alignment in your pelvis can help to bring the SI joint back into place. And this action you want to do in every single pose. So the scissoring of your legs towards each other, the internal rotation of the thighs, creating the neutral curve in your low back, and drawing the lower back in and up as you lengthen your tailbone and ground into your foundation. So if you have low back instability or SI joint instability, the scissoring of the legs towards each other will help to stabilize and strengthen all the muscles that support the sacrum. And then maintaining the neutral pelvis, so not allowing the pelvis to tip forward, which can push the SI joint out. Also, preventing hyperextension in your knees is really important because when you hyperextend, that can also affect the SI joint. So keeping your calf muscle engaged, the top of the shin moving forward as you move the top of the thigh back. So you create a straight, firm leg and not allowing the knees to go back. So there's just a few tips and just a healthy SI joints.